So, a few months ago, I had the privilege to show a first look at the Antigravity A1, the world's first 360 drone. And today, I have the production model in my hands, and I've been testing it for the past few weeks. So what I would love to do is first show you what comes in the box, along with going over all the important specifications such as flight time, image sensor size, transmission distance and more, and then take a look at the 4 main benefits of those 360 cameras, along with a quick look at the editing software before, in my opinion, the best bit, a deep dive on what the flying experience is actually like, and we will look at the incredible interface and all the modes and features available on this drone. Now, if at any time you would like to find out more about the Antigravity A1 or pick it up, I've put a link in the description down below where you can do just that. Alright, let's jump right in. Now, there are a couple of different bundles available for this drone with various different accessories between them, but the one I have here today is the Infinity bundle. Now, the first thing you will see inside is this shoulder bag, which can carry all the required equipment, and inside that you will see the second smaller carrying case for the drone itself. Now, the Antigravity A1 is very compact when folded, and it also weighs under 249 grams, making it very regulation friendly. But despite this, it still has a level 5, 10.7 meters per second wind resistance. Now, unfolded, the first thing we'll see is the 2 obstacle avoidance sensors on the front, and these combined with the sensors on the bottom allow this drone to brake if it detects an obstacle in front or beneath it. It can only brake, however, not bypass. And on the top and bottom of this gimbal, you will see the 360 cameras, and this is what allows the drone to capture that 8K 360 degree image. And because these are placed above and beneath the drone, when you're flying, the drone actually gets removed from view. It's completely invisible. And this is true when you're flying with the goggles and also in your exported videos. Now, I can finally talk specs. So the sensor size of these cameras is 1/1.28 inch, and again this allows you to capture 8K videos at 30 FPS. However, if you wish to slow your footage down, there is a slow motion 100 FPS 4K mode. Although just remember, depending on how much you zoom into that 360 footage when editing, this will change how detailed the final video is. However, in my experience, I find the footage looks fantastic, detailed, saturated with good dynamic range, and we'll take a quick look at how you edit it shortly. I've only found 2 real drawbacks. First, there's no flat color profile, although you can change between auto and manual camera controls if you wish to manually control shutter speed and ISO. And just like most 360 cameras, this one with a max ISO of 6400 will struggle at nighttime and produce shots that are quite noisy. Now, the bottom camera sits very close to the ground, so these deployable legs fold out when landing to keep it safe. However, if you do damage it, don't panic, you don't need to send the drone for repair. These lenses are completely replaceable. You can get a anti-gravity lens replacement kit that comes with the supplied tool and replacement lens and replace it quickly and easily at home. This is a big win. Now, on the front, you will also see a status light. So in general, this shines green to illuminate the drone in the air, but also show you everything is working as normal. But it can also show red, for example, if the battery gets low. Now, on the bottom, you will also see an auxiliary light, so when flying at nighttime, this can help illuminate the ground. And then looking at the back, you will see a USB-C port to allow you to download the footage off the drone or to charge the battery inside, and a memory card slot, although this drone does have 20 gigabytes of internal storage. Now, above this is where you insert the battery, and this simply slides into the back. And with the battery removed, you can actually tap the top of it to see the percentage of charge inside it. Now, there's actually 2 batteries available for this drone, a standard and a higher capacity. Now, the standard battery keeps the drone under 249 grams, and in my experience allows you to have around 20 to 22 minutes of flight time on average. And then there is a higher capacity battery, which does make the drone heavier, but will increase the flight time to around 39 minutes. Now, this bundle actually comes with a multi-battery charger, which initially allows you to slide 2 batteries into the top, although if you flip it round, there is a flap that can be popped out to allow you to insert a 3rd battery. And on the front, there is a screen that conveniently shows you the charged percentage for each battery inserted. Now, next up inside the box, you will find the Vision goggles, and these are very much the party piece of the Antigravity A1. And these come included with a neck strap and individual battery because the battery hangs around your neck. I know some people would prefer that it attach to the strap of the goggles behind your head, and I'm pretty sure there will be an accessory come along shortly to allow that. Now, this battery allows 2.5 hours of runtime. And the goggles also only weigh 340 grams, so they're not heavy when wearing them and very comfortable. Now inside you'll find these rubber lens protectors which you can remove to reveal the two 1-inch micro OLED screens. And these come with diopter adjustment, so if you wear glasses, you can still fine-tune them for your eyesight. And the goggles also have defog, so if you're wearing them on a warm summer's day, the lenses won't steam up. Now on the top, you'll see these flip-out antennas, and these goggles, paired with the Antigravity A1, offer a max transmission distance of 10 kilometers FCC and 6 kilometers CE. Now, I mentioned these were very much the party piece of the Antigravity A1, and it's because of this, the front display. This is genius, because previously with other drones, if you wanted to get your friends involved, you had to attach a phone or use an additional accessory to allow them to be able to see what you are seeing in the goggles. But with the Vision goggles and the Antigravity A1, your friends can simply look at the front of them to see exactly what you're capturing. And it's also more useful than that. I find when I was doing an update, it actually displayed the process of that upgrade on the front of the goggles, so I didn't need to keep putting them on to check on it. And when the goggles are on, but the drone is not, you can choose between a few different animations to display in the goggles to personalize them for you. The last thing you'll see in the front is this camera, and this allows pass-through, so it essentially allows you to see through the goggles without taking them off. The next thing you'll find inside the box is the grip motion controller, and this is how you move the drone around in the air. It acts very much like a virtual joystick. So you have a trigger, and when you squeeze this inward, the drone will fly forwards, although unfortunately you can't push the trigger outwards to make the drone reverse. Now, using this joystick, you have two modes available. The first is called free motion. Now, in this mode, when you tilt the controller left or right, the drone won't actually rotate in the air, and that's because you need to use this scroll wheel on the top. The second mode is called FPV mode, and when you change into this, the drone will turn when you tilt that motion controller. Now personally, I like free motion mode when I'm using the drone to simply fly around and explore, because the scroll wheel allows me to turn the drone on the spot much faster, but it is harder to do smoother turns with that scroll wheel. So when I want more smoother cinematic footage, I change into FPV mode, because tilting that motion controller allows you to do those smoother turns. Now on the top and sides of the controller, you will find a range of buttons, such as being able to allow you to take the drone off, start or stop recording, and emergency brake. And on the side, you'll also see a flight speed toggle. You get 3 different modes, with the fastest sport mode allowing the drone to fly up to 16 meters per second. So what are the main benefits of having 360 cameras on a drone? Well, the first is that when you're flying, you have full flexibility to look in any direction. But the best bit is the drone doesn't actually move at the same time. The drone's movement and your head movement are completely independent, because you're looking around that 360-degree image. And this allows you to have the drone fly in one direction while you look in another, something that you couldn't do with a traditional drone. Next is something called fly first, frame later. So if when capturing footage with a traditional drone, you look in the wrong direction, that means you need to recapture that shot. There's nothing you can do. But because we have the full 360-degree image to play with, in the editor afterwards, you can simply reframe that shot and point the camera in a different direction. You can basically never make a mistake when capturing footage with this drone. But it gets even better than that. Because we have the flexibility to reframe individual shots, you can get multiple different perspectives from one flight. So you could get a forward-facing shot, backward-facing shot, and downward-facing shot, all from that one clip. But you can take this a step further, because inside the editor you can add keyframes between different perspectives and field of views, and even rotate the camera to create these animated shots that look like cinematic FPV footage. And if you like to export your footage to multiple different platforms, such as horizontal for YouTube and vertical for Instagram, you can do that in this editor from one single clip. You don't need to do a single flight capturing in horizontal and another flight capturing in vertical. Now, over the past few weeks of testing this drone, one of the things that has impressed me the most is not only the modes that are available, but also the menu system. It's very intuitive and easy to use, and it's quite graphical, it's quite modern, and it's refreshing to see on a drone. Now, when you press the home button on the side of the motion controller, you can navigate around by again moving that motion controller to move a cursor on the screen. And the first mode you will see is something called Deep Track. Yes, that's right. Even though this is a drone you fly with goggles, it can track you. So the way this works is when you select that deep track mode, you press and hold this C1 button on the side of the motion controller, and again, moving that motion controller, you can draw a green box over whatever it is you want to track. This works for people or vehicles. Once you've selected this, you can choose between having the drone orbit 360 degrees around that subject as it tracks them, or you can choose between individual orientations, such as from behind or to the side. And again, once you hit that C1 button, the drone will now automatically start tracking that subject. Next is something called Sky Genie. So when you select this mode, the drone will automatically perform maneuvers around a point of interest, and you can see we have a range to choose from. So if I select a simple orbit, again, using the motion controller and that green box, I can draw it over the top of this point of interest, and I can select if I want the drone to move clockwise or anti-clockwise. And when I hit go using that button on the controller, the drone will now start to automatically perform that maneuver. It's very simple to use and provides very smooth shots with ease. The last big mode is something called Skypath, essentially waypoints. So when you select this, you can move the drone around in the air and mark those waypoints. And once you have this confirmed, you will see a preview of the route the drone will take, and then you can hit go and the drone will fly it automatically. Now, the best part about this is as the drone flies along that path, you can still look around in any direction. And this is great if you have a friend who's not very confident flying drones, because you can create a waypoint mission or a Skypath mission. And once you hit go, you can hand the goggles over to them and they can look around as the drone flies around in the air. It's fantastic for that. Now, also on this screen, you will see a few other things, such as return to home. So you can enable that by selecting this icon, or if the drone loses connection between the goggles and motion controller, it will automatically engage, or it will also automatically engage if the battery gets critically low. And from within here, you can also change the camera modes. So you can see our standard and slow motion video mode, but there is also a 55 megapixel photo mode, although just be aware, this is in JPEG only. So what do you guys think of the new Antigravity A1? I would be keen to know your thoughts, so please do let me know in the comments down below. And I know you will have a ton of questions. So again, if you post them down below, I'll try to answer as many as possible. And again, if you would like to find out more about this drone or pick it up, I put a link in the description down below where you can do just that. Now, before you go, if you've liked this video and learned something new, please let me know by giving me the thumbs up and clicking that like button down below. And if you love all things drones, but also action cameras, gimbals and more, and want to know about the best settings to get up and running quickly, along with tips and tricks to help you get more cinematic videos and better looking images with your gear, then please consider clicking that subscribe button down below. And when you're down there, be sure to check the notification bell so that you will be alerted when my new videos are released. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to stick around and watch a few more now, here's a few I personally recommend. I'll not keep you back any further. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you over there.